it's me again, 𝗟𝗓𝗏, and today I am here to take you to another house tour, this time of the beautiful Cristina. The default Cristina has 3 bedrooms, a floor area of 90 square meters, and requires a minimum 84 square meters in lot area. But this one, the one that we're featuring now, is slightly modified by our client. Now, if you are as curious as I am to see the changes happening inside, then come follow me. Ayan, so this is the inside of the Cristina. But I'm telling you, there's nothing default about this. Sobrang daming modifications ginawa ni client. But before we go on to that, let us first look at the living space. As with every Demeter house, talagang punong-puno ng windows. Diba? Para syempre meron tayong natural light always coming in. This is very healthy, and especially now, naku, napaka-presko. All you have to do is open the windows and the natural air can come in. Ayan. So naka-awning window na rin tayo. If you notice, we have the cove ceiling. And with this one, it will tell you kung saan natin ilalagay yung ating mga furniture. So ako, I can imagine that this will be my couch. I can also add one here. Meron tayong mga sockets there. So I can imagine you can put a nice lamp over there. And then here on this wall, let's go to this wall. Andito yung ating socket for the cable. So this is where I will put my TV. And what I like about this layout is, if you notice, naka-open siya. Ayan, open layout ang tawag dito. And what is good about open layouts is, of course, mas lumalawak tignan yung ating area. And it gives you the freedom to do interior inside your house. Ayan, so this is the living area. Now, let us move on to our dining area. So this is the dining area. If you notice, we did a drop ceiling as opposed to the cove ceiling dun sa sala. Now, this one, sa default pa lang, you can request for this one and it's absolutely free. Pero syempre, wala pang ating light fixture, di ba? But the pin lights are already included. Ayan, so this is where I will put my dining area, directly across from the sliding door. Later on, we will go to that. We will take a tour around the vicinity. But before we go there, punta naman tayo sa ating kitchen. So I mentioned earlier na talaga namang napakadaming modifications ang ginawa ni client, and one of those modifications is of course our kitchen. Because from 90 square meters, this is now 123. Okay? And of course, what they did is dinagdagan nila ng floor area dito sa left side. Kaya naman din lumaki ang ating kitchen. But ang kasama talaga sa ating default is this counter. So it's one counter, one huge counter. Kasama na rin syempre ang ating mga shelves where you can put all your pots, your pans, your baking materials, equipment, you know, your delata, your chips, all of that whatsoever. And then we also have our bottom cabinets that are tiled na rin. O, di ba, mind you, pati yung inside naka-tiles. Talaga namang napakadami mo nang malalagay. And also included is our faucet. Ayan, so high-tech na siya. It's bendable. Very nice. This is one of the things that I really love about the kitchen. And as I mentioned, dinagdagan natin siya ng shelves. So these are not really included in the default, but you can request for that during planning stage pa lang. Just like what our client did, nag-request siya ng drawers. Ayan, so meron tayong drawers. This is where we will put our range hood and our stove. Meron tayong provision for saksakan. And I can only imagine that this is where we will put our fridge. As you can see, may nalampasan pala akong door. This one goes out to our carport and service area. And very similar to our sliding door, which you saw earlier, we will discuss that when we go around the vicinity later on. Now let us proceed to the switchboards. Ayan, talagang sobrang gusto ko tong switchboards na to. Very convenient siya for me and very purposeful. Kasi what they did is they divided everything in by floor. And then I noticed also na nakahiwalay pala yung breakers for the AC. You know, I didn't know that until today. Na kailangan pala ng separate na breakers ng AC because hindi nga naman kakayanin yung load. And if you connect them together, ang mangyayari is pag nag-short yung isa, pwedeng mag-short lahat, di ba? Very dangerous. So this one is a very, very nice safety feature. Alright, so now let us move on. Another modification of a client to the default Cristina is a guest bedroom. So nag-add siya ng guest bedroom here at the ground floor. Now let's see anong itsura sa loob. So upon entry, ang sasalubong sa'yo, of course, another window for natural lighting. Important kasi yan. And then, another feature of this room is marami siyang saksakan. Ayan, meron tayong saksakan dyan. Now, the built-in cabinets are already included in every default rooms. Okay? So, ayan, meron na siyang cabinet and drawers. Now, the cabinets, you can actually opt to put this anywhere you want. Now, our client just chose this area, but definitely you can put it anywhere you want. Okay? Actually, pwede nga din na hindi siya nakadikit sa wall. At least that way, movable siya. Diba? Pwede natin iurong-urong. Now, another feature that I want to point out is the cove ceiling. Ayan. So again, wala pa po tayong fixture. You can choose whatever fixture you like upon turnover. Now, let's go out and check out the other features outside, but still on the ground floor. Come on. So now let's move on to the understair powder room. So 3 steps down, no effort at all, diba? Fit tayo eh. Alright, so this is the powder room. And to be honest, for me, this is no longer a powder room kasi meron na siyang kasamang telephone shower, and meron na tayong toilet, meron na rin tayong faucet, and again, kasama na po sa ating standard or sa default natin ang accent. Okay, very nice accent by the way. Meron din tayong ayan we have this very nice use of space right here. This can be your room for shoes, you know, maybe some stuff that you want to keep but definitely won't use for a while. And like I said, very efficient use of space. So that concludes the tour of the ground floor. Now I am very excited to see what's in store for us on the second floor. Now come on. They're nice. More natural lighting. Ayan, medyo tall to, maganda talaga. Ang ganda ng bring-in ng light. And meron tayong high ceiling over here. And I really hope that the client will put a really nice chandelier. Because if it were me, lalagyan ko to ng mga crystals, ganun. But again, that's just me. Alright, now let's move on to bedroom number 2. So this is bedroom number 2. As you can see, this nice space can fit comfortably a single bed. So all the bedrooms are equipped with built-in cabinets, but of course, all the cabinets don't have to be built-in. Pwede siyang nakadetach from the wall. That way, we will give all the clients the flexibility to put it anywhere they want. You can put the bed anywhere they want. And notice also, ang ating ceiling ay naka-cove ceiling already. Wala pa po tayong fixture because that is totally up to you, whatever you want to put upon turnover. Meron din tayong provision for saksakan. Ayan. It's already adequate. It's enough for you to be able to charge all of your gadgets, your chargers, and your appliances. Alright, so that's it for our bedroom number 2. Now let us move on to the first toilet and bath on the second floor. Now, I'm always curious what toilets and baths look like kasi medyo pihikan talaga ako sa mga banyo. So, let's see. I hope that's nice. And, okay, it never disappoints. Napakaganda syempre ng ating accent wall. And to be honest, everyone, you can choose the accent wall. Yung kanina natin dun sa baba, medyo naka-geometric shape siya. Ngayon naman, pinili ng client na naka-bricks design. Ayan, I love it. Ang ganda ng taste ni client. Meron rin tayong provision for the heater. Meron tayong provision for your toiletries. You don't have to put a rack anymore. And meron din tayong tiny window where you can put like a tiny curtain and make it really, really nice. Now, remember when I mentioned earlier na talaga namang napakadaming modification ni client here at this Cristina? Well, one of them is the location of this toilet and bath. And talaga namang naiba ng pwesto ang ating banyo. But if you want to talk about that and if you want to, ask about the original layout of a Cristina, you can talk to any one of our live agents who are very willing and eager to help you. Please just contact www.demeterhouses.com. O, di ba naipasa ko pa yon? Now, let's move on to bedroom number 1. So, upon entering bedroom number 2, sasalubungin ka ng dalawang giant windows. Very nice. All the natural lighting are coming in. And this is what I like. I really love this. And let's go around this room and notice first na ang ating ceiling is also naka-cove na siya. Kasama ng pin lights, ang ating fixture on the ceiling is waiting for you to put whatever lighting fixture you want. Kasama na rin syempre ang ating smoke detector. Now, kasama yan sa lahat ng bedrooms. Equipped also lahat ng bedrooms natin with ample charging ports. We have our saksakan over there, left and right. Napakarami talaga. And the usual, syempre kasama ang ating built-in cabinet. Now here it is. Another thing that I want to say about bedroom number 1 is the fact na this space can comfortably fit a single bed as well. Samahan mo na rin syempre ng small desk or maybe a nice dresser. And it will be the perfect kids room. Ayan. And now let's look down and notice ang ating flooring. Kasama na rin yan, yung tiles na yan na naka-wood panel design. This is included in the default package. Now you can choose a different tile, of course, subject to changes in prices. Ayan. But that's totally up to you, guys. Now moving on, I want to take you to the master's bedroom where I believe most of the modifications happened. So come on, guys. Wow! Grabe, ang laki ng master's bedroom na to. Like I mentioned earlier, this is where a lot of the modifications happened, and one of the major ones is the fact na pinalaki siya. So this room can comfortably fit a king-size bed, and talaga namang marami ka pa rin malalagay. Pwede ka maglagay dito ng console table. Diyan mo ilagay ang mga iyong gaming consoles, maybe your players if you still use them, your TV right here. Nandito na rin ang ating cable socket or cable plug. Meron din tayong provision for saksakan. And to be honest, you can still put so many things and there will still be enough space for many others. Alright, so if you notice, nilagay na rin dito ang ating closet. Now, as for me, I would not want to put this anywhere else. This is perfect where it is. So, this is slightly bigger than the ones in bedroom 1 and 2. Mas marami siyang doors and mas marami din siyang drawers. Ayan. Alright, so of course, syempre malaki yung kwarto, malaki rin ang ating windows. Very nice. Like I always say, natural lighting is the best. I will put maybe Roman shades right here. Meron din tayong lighting here, the windows right here. So for symmetry, nilagyan natin ng dalawa. Now, you don't have to use your imagination to know that this is where your bed should go. Ayan, sa gitna niyan. Ayan, meron din tayong saksakan dito because I can imagine that mommy and daddy will want to charge their phones, their gadgets. And syempre, naka-cove ceiling na din tayo. Andyan din ang ating mga pin lights, our lighting fixture waiting to be attached, and we have our smoke detector. Syempre, naka-wood tiles na rin tayo. Diba? Kasama na yan. Now, another major modification is the fact na nilagyan na natin ng toilet and bath ang master's bedroom. Because the default Cristina, isa lang po ang bathroom for the whole second floor. But for privacy purposes maybe, si client opted to have their own toilet and bath. Let's see how big this is, okay? Wow! O, diba? Siyempre malaki yung kwarto. Nilakihan din yung banyo. Hindi nagpatalo yung ating toilet and bath. So it's huge, for me, all it needs is an enclosure. Now you can request that upon planning stage and we'll be happy to put that for you for a fee, of course. Ayan, meron rin tayong faucet over here, shower over there. May provision din for heaters. And of course, hindi mawawala ang ating accent wall. If you've seen any of our previous videos, then you will know that all Demeterland houses have the same items inside the house. And ang kulang na lang po natin at hindi natin na-feature ay, of course, the balcony. So let's see what's behind this door. So this is the balcony. So this is actually one of my favorite modifications of this house because before, from 4 square meters, ginawa siyang bigger, wider. Actually, I can only imagine na ngayon ang itsura niya is a very small event space. O, diba? This is where you would entertain guests. Kasama na rin ang ating weatherproof sockets, nilagyan na. Para syempre, baka gusto mong mag-video kay or something, diba? Hindi tayo makuryente. And meron na din siya, syempre kasama na ang ating railing, ang ating metal railing. And another modification that the client did is pinalagyan na niya ng metal roof. Of course, all of these can be included in your package during planning stage for a fee. Lahat po yan pwede nating i-add because here at Demeterland, you know, the clients are our bosses. Kayo po ang masusunod. You can do whatever you want with the space. You can decide on anything. And we will be there with you every step of the way. Now, another beautiful feature, of course, is the tiles. I love these tiles. You know, para siyang resort. Pagpasok mo pa lang, ang itsura niya para kang nasa resort. O, di ba? Ang ganda-ganda niya. This is where I will entertain guests. I can imagine, you know, putting a wicker chair here, a nice coffee table, a nice rug. And to be honest with you guys, the view here is absolutely gorgeous. I can only imagine waking up and looking at the scenery anytime, any day. And that concludes our tour of the second floor. Now, I am so excited to take around the house because marami pa po akong ipapakita sa inyo during this house tour. So come on guys and join me as we go downstairs. So going back to the ground floor, I want to discuss with you the sliding door I mentioned earlier. Ayan. So ito yung sliding door natin. Ayan. And because prioritize ni client talaga ang space ng interior, if you will notice, nabawasan yung ating space for the exterior. Okay? And what's so nice about that is, it only proves that the client has all access, all decision-making, and everything pagdating sa ating houses here with Demeterland. Ayan. So if you want, you know, you can use this area maybe para magpalamig. Maybe, you know, you can use this to say hi to your neighbors. You know, that will be really nice. Okay. Now, balikan naman din natin ang ating access to the service area. I opened this a while ago, but I will give you a bigger glimpse. So this is our service area. Now, I will take you with me. Let's go past this way, and this will take us directly to the carport. Okay, so pwede ka dito maglagay ng dirty kitchen. Maybe you can do all your kitchen preps right here. Meron tayong mga provisions for water. Ayan. Which means that this is the exact and perfect location for your washing machine. Ayan. And it's still spacious, you know. Pwede ka pang maglagay ng sampayan. So this is the walkway that leads directly to the carport. So ayan, meron kang direct access from carport to the house without having to go through the living area. Okay, and what I like about that is the fact that, for example, namalengke ka or maybe nag-grocery ka, you don't have to go inside the house to bring all of your stuff. You can take it directly to the service area. Now, how convenient is that? All right, now let's talk about this carport. This one will fit one car. And actually, medyo mahaba siya. So, pwede pa tayong maglagay ng maybe bike if you're an outdoor person, you know, maybe a mini playground or play set if you have small kids. Naglagay na rin tayo ng provision for water just in case that you do your own car washing and all of that. Meron na rin tong drainage, so hindi na siya kailangan, hindi na effort, okay, para bumaba yung water from washing your car. Weatherproof socket right here. For anything you want to plug in, maybe your vacuum cleaner while you clean your car. And another modification, by the way, before I forget to mention, is the fact na dahil nilakihan natin yung balcony, naging mas malaki rin yung covered area ng ating carport. Okay? So do check that out. You can do that to your units. All you have to do is talk to any one of our agents, and you can join us during planning stage, and you can decide with us. All right? We'll do a computation and see how or what charges might incur. All right, so now moving on, I want to take you to the lanai area. You know, this area will be fitted with progress and basic landscaping. Syempre now, hindi pa namin nilagay, but this will all be nicely done upon turnover. Lahat yan maayos natin because we want to make sure that somebody's already living here so they can take care, of course, of the plants. And there you have it, the tour of the slightly modified Cristina. Now, if you're all about elegant living spaces and huge balconies, then this is the house for you. Please feel free to inquire and ask any one of our agents by contacting www.demeterhouses.com. All right, so guys, I will see you on our next tour. Please see us there. Bye!